us succeed. Let's make sure history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Zoom me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fucking awesome. I am. You are getting a brilliant rabbi today. I am in a good mood, right? I am very happy for many, many levels. You know, there's an old joke. I'll tell you how old it is. It's about Yasser Arafat, right? So Yasser Arafat was, you know, the Palestinian cunt that used to be, right? Before the other cunts took over. So what was up to? So Yasser Arafat, he went to a mystic and says, mystic says, I know the day that you will die. I can see it. He said, please tell me more. He said, it will be on a Jewish holiday, right? It will be on a Jewish holiday. Why will it be? Which Jewish holiday will it be? It doesn't matter what day of the week is. It's going to be a Jewish holiday when you die. And yes, it is, baby. Nasrallah goes down. Fuck yes. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, I hope it was painful and scary, right? Oh, fuck yeah. I'm so happy. You might know I'm not picking this up. I'm a bit made up about this. Yes. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Fuck yes. Oh, years ago, right? Years ago when my son was training. My younger son was training to be a tank commander or whatever. He's not a good driver. He's now called the grandfather of the group. Okay, this freaked me out, right? Friday night, I'm in synagogue. And all these 12-year-olds walk in with like big, heavily armed big guns. And I look again, and they're not 12, they're now 18. Just finished basic training. Basic training. And now have their guns with them, right? Because we're at war, mate. It's wild. Do you remember, was it yesterday's Enterprise? Where like this Enterprise C, is it B or C? I'm gonna say C. No, B. I'm gonna say Enterprise B. Goes through the time loop, and then everything changes. Tashiar's still alive, and they're at war, and they got these little sachets with their guns or something. They try to make it look more military-esque, right? So that's what it's like, right? And it's so weird. It's so because like I knew these kids when they were like 10 minutes ago when they're kids. So, but then I heard this morning when I was in synagogue, somebody tells me, he says, yeah, they say they got Nasrallah. No. I mean, like this is like so. When someone was in training for his job, I was say, and he said, I would give anything to be able to kill him. Just put me in a room with him. I would love to kill him. Oh, he is not a light figure, right? He's good. So I am so happy to hear about his very timely demise. And man, but I'm much more happy about the wider theological implications of it, right? Where we are in space and time. I'm going to be talking about that, right? Yes, I will be talking about that. I'll be talking about what because like we're coming up to Rosh Hashanah, right? Rosh Hashanah. So tonight, right? Tonight I'm going to be on Dan's stream it's 9 o'clock UK time, 11 o'clock my time. Why am I up so late, right? Why am I up so late? Because at 12:30 there is a special prayer service. I must attend. I could go to the one at 9:30, but I don't want to be a pussy. Essentially, that's really what's going on. You know, it's the first night you're supposed to do the best way possible, which is after midnight and before dawn, right? So it's sometime in that area. So everybody, the first night, which is always after Sabbath, you do it then, and there's like a little class beforehand, but things start 12:30. So I've got to be up for that, right? That's essentially what's going on, right? So I'm not sure. I'll be on this for the first hour or so, hour and a half. But yeah, we are in Jewish New Year zone. And man, I think we have an incredible opportunity, right? Yeah, I really do. You know, the way things are lining up, I think we have a incredible opportunity. Well, again, we're talking about that. What else are we going to talk about? I don't know. So anyway, next week it's a Jewish New Year. So I'm going to be offline from Wednesday night until you see me again. This time next week, Saturday night, right? I'll be like in a complete news blackout, right, for that time. I mean, I don't know, unless it's like the calamitous stuff that big deal that news gets to everyone. Right, but I'll be in essentially a news blackout, and so I'll be coming out like a 3-day, containment tank, free. It gets so weird. Okay, one of the good reasons to live in Israel, because if you live in any other country, the Jewish holidays are always 2 days long, right? But when you live in Israel, they're only 1 day long. Oh, it's better. Yeah. So that's awesome. Apart from the Jewish New Year, which is 2 days long, right? So how do I get 3 days? Because it starts Wednesday night, right? Wednesday night's the beginning of the day in Judaism. It's just another way to say fuck you. Yeah, no, it's like more. Something stupid you got to remember now. Really? Okay, so it starts tonight. So it's Wednesday night, Thursday is the first one. Then Thursday night, Friday is the second end. As Friday night comes in, you're immediately in Sabbath. So you're still in. Actually, you're in more severe restrictions. During holiday, not Sabbath, you can cook, which means you're allowed to transfer fire, which is that's a big deal, right? You should actually be able to use electricity with impunity. As I understand it, but yeah, you're able to transfer fire, which is like the most primal thing with cooking, right? So yeah. So anyway, so we got the 3-day oy vey, right? Oy vey, and Rosh Hashanah is intense, right? My wife so far, like on Friday, made did she make meatballs? She made turkey. She made stuffing. She made a couple of other things. I can't remember what it was. Simmus, right? Simmus is a meat dish. It's like sweet. It's sweet potatoes, carrots, I believe, meat, chunks of meat. I think that's it. Honey. Yeah. When you're trying to work out what you think Jewish New Year food ingredients will be, honey. Honey is involved. Pretty much anything. Anyway, and then we got some Doctor Who stuff. You go, actually, I really don't know. I've been offline for the last 24 hours. Nothing's really happening with Doctor Who, and that's really the story. The story is nothing's going on. Because they killed it stone dead, the schmucks. I mean, honestly, it's once again, Doctor Who is being carried on Big Finish's shoulders, right? It really is. It's unbelievable once again. And those shoulders aren't so broad. Let's be right. I mean, let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be clear. Anyway, fine. So, I've been trying to decide if I wanted to do this or not, right? But as I said, we're coming up to the new year, which is when reality reboots. And you have an ability to reboot it however what you want, but you have to really want it, right? You have to have clarity, right? And so a lot of people look back over the last year beforehand, which is what I'm about to do right now. But this is really a message to Jews. So you're going to hear a very Jewy perspective of everything, right? So and it's all Jews, right? That's the thing. It's a message to all Jews, no matter what type of Jew you are. You could be like a super duper religious Jew, wears a black hat and a stripe, or it's that furry hat thing. That thing. By the way, where was it? Where was I the other day? I was in the grocery store. God, what a nightmare! I was in the. It was. It's like, imagine shopping for Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year, right? It's like, with Jews. Knives are drawn. Oy vey. Oh, actually, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was a nightmare. Okay. And when we were there was like this guy working there, right? And we looked down, and underneath his like uniform, he was wearing the Hasidic stockings and shit. I'm like, well, you don't see that every day, do you? And you really don't, right? You really don't. And my wife's like, you should be impressed with him because he's working. And I agree, because employment isn't that normal in the world that he comes from, or at least a world very adjacent to where he comes from. I don't know what his story is. Good for him. It's a meritorious thing to work. Anyway, it's for all types of Jews, right? And you could be, completely frummy. Yeah, it's religious like me. I'm not frummy. I'm Meshuggah frum. Crazy from, right? Religious, right? Like, I actually think God's real and apply that. I treat that as I try and treat that as reality in all situations. It freaks the frummies out, right? The frummies, they go to synagogue 3 times a day, which is how many prayer services there are, and they read everything, do everything they have to. But in my experience, I think they're doing it like because their parents did it, because they did it as a kid when they grew up. It's a thing you do. And that's not a terrible reason to do something, which I think is good. But I think the function of ritualistic Judaism is to have a intimate connection with God. And you get there, and the rituals are a way of actualizing that. But there's certainly not a definition of if one is a good person or not, right? I think most do the rituals. I myself included do the rituals in empty rote ways often, right? But the from is like that. I recognize that the from is they don't like it. Yeah, and it's really weird because I've been kind of like lots of different types of Jew, right? I grew up, I wasn't religious, so like I really understand that world, right? I wasn't religious till I was like 19. And that's a long chunk of time to live in a world like a secular world. So I really feel like I understand that world, right? And then I was like super religious. When I became religious, it was like I wore like a black hat. It's called Haredi, right? And I really liked being in that world. I really enjoyed it, right? I really did like it. And then I think when I moved to Israel, I can't remember. When I moved to Israel, we ended up moving to a community that was like more, it's called Mizrahi, it's like modern Orthodox, like people dress normally, and they go to synagogue and do everything. So that's where I am now. So I feel like I've been in every kind of different religious world. I kind of think I have an insight on all of them. So there's lots of different types of Jews, right? You have very secular Jews, you have gay Jews, you have black Jews, every type of different Jews, right? This is a message specifically to Jews. It's a message specifically to Jews because it hit every Jew, no matter where they were or who they were or what they were in life. It hit them all equally. October 7th. It was like it was you can't understand it. It was like walking through a plate glass. It's just shocking and cold. And then it gets worse and worse and worse over the weeks as you find out more and more. And you can't stop looking. Well, I can't stop looking. You can't stop looking, right? And it gets worse and worse and worse. And it really, but here's the thing. It hit us all. And we're a very disparate group that basically don't like each other. Which is the problem, I think, right? But it hit us all equally, right? So I want to do something that's forbidden in Judaism. Not really, I'm making that. But there's 3 questions that is frowned upon to ask, right? Now I might have said this stuff before. I'm trying to synthesize it all into one one idea. The what was that? So we what are we doing? Where are we starting from? It's a good question, right? Yeah, it hit us all. It hit us all equally. Now, why did it hit us all equally? It's because, and again, I'm going to be looking at this from a uniquely Jewish approach to wisdom. Like we have a 3,000-year written history of wisdom. Now, again, I'm not going to say it's true. I'm not going to say it's false. I'm just saying that is our national cultural worldview, right? You may disagree with it. You're supposed, it's good if you do in some ways, right? It's good to think for yourself. But that's where I'm putting from. I'm not trying to convince you to think like me or be Meshuggah or from whatever you want, baby, right? Whatever you want. Like, again, I think ritualistic Judaism is a very good means to an end. It's a vital means to an end, right? I think it has absolutely no barometer on you being a good person or not. Like, literally not, right? There are assholes everywhere. In certain ways, that some societies skew to it a little bit more, right? Right, but yeah, so it hit us all equally. And I think it hit us all equally because we as a nation, right now for the last couple of thousand years, just less, we live in a state called Gulut, right, which is or Gullus or exile, right? So exile is you don't have the ability. You're not at home, right? You can't go to your home, and you don't have the ability to exercise your will fully. Maybe at all, right? Even to defend oneself against the most obscene, attacks and violations, right? You don't have the ability to protect yourself. That's really what it is if you boil it down to a thing. Now, there's a holy book called the Zohar, which is like Jewish mysticism. So it talks about this. It goes through the whole treatise from a commentary in the beginning of the book of Genesis, on the first verse, in fact, right? Talking about how there are, I think it was 4, right? I think it's 4. I can't swear to it. I haven't looked at it yet, right? But 4 different disparate exiles, right? And they're all qualitatively different in one way or another. All right, and this one's like endless, but it's also it's like it goes into it breaks the norms of society to afflict you, right? That's again, if anybody. So when I look at something like October 7th, from a classically, and again, you may disagree with me. If you're religious, you may disagree. Let me know what. But from a classically religious point of view, it was an expression of this exile, expression of God, and it was all the greatest hits that we've come to know over the last couple of thousand years, but it was sunk down, right, in the ultra dense form, right, in the tiniest point in space and time, right, and I think that's why it hit every Jew equally, right. Now, I believe that that was God talking to us, right. Now, let me backtrack up, right, and say. Let's have a look at like the basic understanding of the worldview is that God is infinite. We believe in God. We believe it's a loving God. We believe it's a God that really is intimately involved in your life and wants you to succeed in a way that you probably don't think is possible, right? That's our conception of God, right? And will set you challenges to make you into a better person, right? And this normally sucks. Yes, this normally is awful. God love him. Anyway, but yeah, that's our conception of God. But also, it's infinite. Now we have finite brains because we can't really conceive of infinite, right? Infinite means there's nothing that isn't God, right? Our view of reality is, again, from my understanding, is that God has a need to give because God has altruism because every good quality is God, and that might seem somewhat egotistical. But if you're building a reality based around your personal, foibles and likes, you're probably going to make everything you like good, right? That would make sense, right? Anyway, but there's only one of them because it's infinite, right? Infinite means one. So God pulls back his essence and makes a bubble within himself where a finite reality can exist. And he breaks off bits of himself to make souls and creates reality, right? That's how the best explanation I've ever heard, description I've heard is from Star Wars, right? It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together. And so with that said, we have what is reality then? Reality, again, one of the best cinematic descriptions of it. I would say, I'll give you two. The more well-known one is the Matrix, right? We're living in a construct, right? Reality is real, but it's not as real as you would think it is. And it's essentially a construct that's the function of life is to see through, right? Look, very much right now, we live in a world where we have reality and we have narrative, and they're not the same. Right, and we all know it, right? We have the narrative that it's great. No, Keir Starmer isn't an awful totalitarian, gormless leader. No, he followed the rules, right? It's like we live in it, and we have reality. No, there's no two-tier policing or judiciary. Just if you happen not to be more likely to vote for Mr. Starmer, you might end up in jail if you speak out too much, right? And England, I know, is it worse or better than America? I don't know. No one's doing good, but we have narrative and we have reality, right? And the function of life is to see through the narrative to get to the reality, right? Sometimes narrative can be reality too. I don't know. It's just not recently in my lifetime. I don't know about you. Sometimes when events are too big and shocking, they can't. They're just real, right? So anyway, so we live in a concept. So therefore, we believe that reality can be constructed to communicate with you, right? And disparate events can be intrinsically connected, right? Fine. So I was saying there's three vital questions that you do not ask if you're a religious Jew, right? The first one of these questions, and again, it's not really a commandment. I'm just saying it's socially frowned upon. I've noticed, right? It's the first question is, why do you think God did that? Right? Why do you think God did that? That's crazy. Why do you think God did that? Don't ask, right? Several years ago, there's a holiday called Lag BaOmer, which it's really weird. Okay, it's really weird. It's the death day, coming to the death day of the man who wrote that book, the Zohar, right? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Now, it wasn't such a big deal when I was in the 90s, when I became, religious, right? It wasn't, it was okay. We had hot dogs, a bonfire, maybe if you're lucky. I don't know. Now it's huge. Now it's like a festival, right? You go to play up. I'm not sure that hopefully they'll be able to do it this year. You'll go up north to Tzvi. I think we can't have done it last year, right? It's in the middle of, it's in the beginning of summer, right? It's early summer, and so the weather's very nice, and it's the cave and the ritual bath of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, which is supposed to be very, very cold, which you get into naked. No, I'm not even going to go into that. Anyway, so outside, it's like a huge festival, right? It's like people are just getting down. It really is. And you get bus upon bus upon bus upon bus of like super juju, right? All right, just all the hundreds, thousands. I can't even imagine how many there are, right? And because all the communities they said, and like bus upon it blows your mind, right? So, and then inside the tomb, right, people are praying with all this like incredible religious fervency. It's crazy, right? It's genuinely crazy. So a few years ago, a terrible tragedy happened. And it was 40 or 45 people were killed. It was like they got crushed in, right? And it was shocking, right? Because this was a really joyous time, right? A really joyous time for religious Jews. And I think this was God talking to religious Jews at that point, right? And I believe, and I said at the time, I think this is a warning for something much worse coming. I wish I was wrong, right? I think, but I look, genuinely, I think I predicted October 7th. I mean, not, I'll tell you what happened. You decide, right? All right. Now, what, and I'm going to go into retroactively why I thought that, but let's talk about October 7th. Why do you think God did that? That's crazy. What's going on? Right. So, as I said, I think it's an expression of a state of exile, expression of this particular exile, right? And they say we have this like 3-week period every year where we really focus on it. Like we mourn, we don't eat meat for like for like I don't know 10 days or something. You don't drink wine. There's no like weddings, and it's like, and it gets heavier and heavier. On the last day, you don't eat for 25 hours, right? You sit on the ground and you cry, right? Because you're not crying for the just being expelled from that, which is really weird nowadays, right? You look at you read this. Oh God, it's a nightmare. You don't even want to know. You're supposed to sit on the ground. I don't do that anymore. No, I'm in a chair. Leave me alone. You sit down and there's a book of Is it not Lamentations? No, there's Keynote, right? And it's all like written in this very intricate Hebrew, like very lyrical, beautiful. If you can read, right? All very long, like these poems on death and destruction. That's our last, right? Because they say that any generation that doesn't see an end of this exile, right, which we're very close to right now, because like we're physically living here. Right, that hasn't happened for a couple of thousand years, so that was quite good news. But like the exile is said to end when we're able to rebuild our temple, which is on Temple Mount, which is where the Dome of the Rock is, right? So that's what all the contention is about Dome of the Rock. They go, you Jews, we know you want to knock it down and build a temple, and they're like, no, and like all the religions, no, we do, 100%. So that's what it is, right? I believe it was an expression of this particular exile. And the reasons we live in this particular exile is the simplest thing, and it's the least religious thing that I think most people can get, right? Which is why I wanted to talk about this, because I think we have an incredible opportunity right now, and it's something that I think would really no sane person would be against. It's which we'll talk about in a minute. But okay, if October 7th was an expression of exile of this gullet, right? And again, not just the exile, but all the pogroms and the Holocaust and the expulsions, and the beating, whatever, everything. Every bit of anti-Semitism from then till now, right? That is what we cry about. That's what that's essentially what it is. That's what we call gullet. That's what we call exile. Every bit of not just not living up, but every bit of anti-Semitism that we have experienced, every gas chamber, everything. And so it's what to cry about. So what brought us to this state, right, is the question. And it's really a very simplistic thing. We weren't nice to each other. And I know it's so like, oh, come on. Don't be stupid. That really was it. We weren't compassionate to one another. Right? We were not, talking the Jews, right? We were not, we were just up our own asses. And we still are today. Which is, I think, what God is telling us. Right, and I think it's something that we should all pay attention to. And the thing is, honestly, I've lived in the secular world, I've lived in the ultra-Orthodox world, I lived in the modern Orthodox world. I would say the people who are most problematic with this are the religious. Because it's just like not defaming someone just because you. For whatever reason, there's a basic morality that most people knows that transgresses, right? I mean, that's one of the great, I think, theological problems with social media. It's basically built on defamation, baseless defamation, right? Thing called rechilut, as we call it in Judaism. So, like this, I can tell you with cold, hard, 100% knowledge that laws based around this is called Shmirat Lashon Hara, right? The laws of evil speech. It's something that we don't keep. I mean, like genuinely on a like not even because, and it's bizarre as hell to me, right? But now, how do I know this with so much clarity? It's because again, if you know been on my channel a long time, you know there was, like several years ago there was this rabbi we had in town who got himself in trouble. I think we could all agree with that. He got himself into trouble because there was a serious criminal disagreement in that community between one family and several other families. And he really got involved in it. He inserted himself in it. And then, it seemed like he was very much trying to benefit one side over the other. And that one side happened to be the guy who like had very much financially benefited it. So I thought, that even if everything's kosher, which I actually thought it was at the time, schmuck that I was, even if everything's kosher, right? You can't look this corrupt, right? You're making me look corrupt because you're the rabbi, right? You can't look corrupt, right? So I went to talk to him about it. I ended up talking to him like 2 hours, and I really did my best, right? I don't want to say, but here's the thing. So I got to a point where I'm like, I got to say I'm not a party to what he's saying over here because I think it's wrong and evil to a certain extent, right? I'm not a party to, which I did, and all hell broke loose. Oh my God. Like all hell broke loose like you wouldn't. But here's the thing that blew my mind. That any consideration of keeping these, I would say, very central laws just didn't exist. And like from friends as well, nobody could even conceive of, it was lying through his teeth from the pulpit to drag my name through the mud and other neighbors of mine, right? It was disgraceful, right? There's like the exact things that cause this exile, right? It's like literally, I mean, the archetypal story is called Kumpsa Bar Kumpsa, where basically a wrong guy gets invited to a party, then begs not to be thrown out and embarrassed. He says, I couldn't care less. He was thrown out and embarrassed, right? So what I think we can really learn from that story and what I personally witnessed, and again, people couldn't conceive that it was a problem to lie through your teeth, to drag someone's name. They couldn't even conceive. Like, what's wrong with that? It's the win. I think at first I thought maybe it's because the rabbi doing, but it's also all his surrogates. It was I tell you, disgraceful. Blew my bloody mind, as you can hear. Right, I nearly killed myself. Actually, I laugh about it now, sort of. But here's the point. If we had any conception of keeping these laws, and I live in a nice place, nice people, genuinely, right? So I think we're reasonably representative. And look, I wanted you to know, right? If you're religious and watching this, you've got to understand that everybody not religious kind of thinks you're full of doo-doo, right? They kind of think you're full of crap. And they really do, okay? I'm talking about somebody who lived there, right? And everybody not religious is now nodding their bloody head, right? Yes, exactly. Tell the truth. And they're not far wrong, as I found, right? They're genuinely not far wrong. Like, when they think no one's looking, when push comes to shove. So anyway. So then, after I didn't kill myself, we came reasonably close, right? And I had a mental breakdown. I started to think about it in more detail, but in a calmer way, right? And I was able to, and I thought, this is very bad news, because if we as a society do not keep these laws, these of not talking crap about each other, then I know a terrible punishment, specifically of anti-Semitic violence, is coming. Now, I wasn't thinking all of October 7th. I don't know. I don't know what the ratio was from what I personally witnessed. But okay, here's what I think was the problem. This is why I think it's universal. I don't think it was just my little town, right? It was, I think the problem with the story, I said, comes to bar, comes the wrong guy, gets thrown at the party. He's very embarrassed, right? Is that not that happened, right? Which was wrong. But like nobody gave a crap. All these religious people, right, as a religious body, didn't give a crap. Couldn't have cared less. Didn't even think to care, right? And I think I've seen exactly the same thing. It's, which again, it just couldn't have cared less. Now, I think, and again, I don't think this is restricted to where I live. I think it's probably everywhere, right? I think it's all of us, right? And I think that's why October the 7th was a message aimed at all of us, which is both horrifying and very elating, right? It's horrifying because you go, what have I done? And you do! Like you go, like, what have I done? Like, I don't know. Look, I love movies, right? I love me look around. I love old movies. I love The Bridge on the River Kwai, right? Oh, what an awesome movie that is, right? If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. I'm going to spoil it to hell for you right now. So, essentially, Alec Guinness is this uptight, very honourable British commander, right? And he's in a Japanese prisoner of war camp with the men. Okay, it's directed by David Link. It's really beautiful. Like when they introduce the soldiers, they're all coming in whistling the song. And it really is one of the best. And it's watching on a big screen, 70mm. It's gorgeous, right? It just looks fantastic. Anyway. So then they had the first third of the movie, them trying to break Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness is like, no. He just spends his life in the car. He will not break it. He ends up breaking, again, spoiler alert, the Commandant, right? And so then after that, second third of the movie is they work together to build this bridge. He's like, just think of this. If this bridge standing in 100 years from now, how people look up at our British forces, right? It'd be a testament of what the British soldier could do. So he's really into building this bridge, the bridge over the River Kwai. Now, at the same time, who was it? There was one Hollywood star, I can't remember his name. He escaped at the beginning, made it back to civilization, and now is on a commando run mission to blow up the bridge on the River Kwai, right? So at the end, the big showdown, the waters receded, and Alec Guinness's character, he notices the wire to the explosives, right? And he's like, sees it, like, my God, and he's like, sees explosives, and he alerts the Japanese guards, right? Which starts a gunfight between, I don't know, it's like Holden, I can't remember the name, like the commandos and the Japanese. And at that moment, right? At that moment, this is what I'm saying the whole thing for. Alec Guinness goes, my God, what have I done? Right? And that's kind of what I think you could feel if you really think about this. If you take accountability of this, that's and the more that you do, the more the better it is. But boy, it's a bitter and tough pill to swallow. I get it, right? I get it. But I think accountability is it's something that, again, you don't need to be a religious Jew to understand, right? Why it's good to take that and why people run from doing it. Oh boy, do they run. Oh boy, do they run. But this, we're in a very opportune moment right now. Firstly, it's Rosh Hashanah, right? Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. And again, this is just my Meshuggah From crazy beliefs, right? is when reality reboots. If you want to see a great version of that, okay. If you have never seen my videos before, I'm really giving you a cinematic workout. Check out the movie Dark City by Alex Perez. It has Keith Sutherland in it. And what's the name? Who's the name of the guy? William Hurt. Oh, he's great in it. Oh, I love William Hurt. William Hurt. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name of the star though. And who else? I can't remember her name either. Anyway, it's very good. Jennifer Connelly, right? It's very good. But anyway, it's in this like dark noir city, and then at night everybody falls asleep and they can't wake up, and the circumstance of their reality changes. They go from a nice house that shrinks down into a small house, right? And things like that. So that's basically what I think happens over the first 2 weeks of Rosh Hashanah. We reboot reality. And you know, there's a verse in Psalms which I've lived by and I found universally true. God reaches out his hand to whatever it is you want, right? But Ratzon is something primal, something you need, right? It's people think, I want to be rich, right? But really they need not to be in danger, right? Or not to have that responsibility. Right, you have to. The incredible thing is, if you look at someone else, what somebody has, mostly it shows you what they value. It's incredible, but it gives you a real insight into their character instantly. Right, so I'm reasonably vain and silly. Right, and so yeah, we can direct reality with our will, right? Because as I said before, I don't think this reality is real as we thought it was. So, by the way, why do I think the 45 or 40 people being killed was a warning for October 7th, right? And I said this at the time. It was because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, whose holiday this was, right? His life was destroyed by this thing called Rechilut, right? It was this tail bearing, right? You know, lying through your teeth to drag his name through the mud, essentially, right? His malicious, defamatory gossip, right? His life was destroyed by it. He had to hide in a cave for like, I don't know, it was like 40, it was like some crazy amount of time. And he ended up digging him and his son. They dug a hole in the ground and sat in that naked so they wouldn't wear out their clothes and just wear their clothes on Sabbath. I'm like, they got a carrot tree and they were really happy. Really? Although I did see a video of somebody eating like carrot when it didn't look revolting, right? It looked like, you know, juicy. I'm like, really? Oh, what am I trying that? Anyway. So his life was destroyed by and defined by it to a great extent. And it led to him to greatness, right? But I think that's the I think if there was a heavenly decree that this horrible thing, this 45 people killed on his on the day that bears his name, I think he would have argued against it. And I think the thing he couldn't argue against was tattletelling, right? He was like, you know, they do, and he's like, well, I guess you're right there. Right, and I think that's why I think that was a warning to this, right? And again, I said it at the time. So after all this went down in my local synagogue, right? Which, yeah, looking at telly, finally, that they got that rabbi out. The titanic battle that took, it was pathetic. Oh my god. Anyway. Then there was this weird, like, you know, he ended his career essentially by making this like 45-minute long speech. We called it drasha on the day before Tisha B'Av, which is when you sit on the ground for 25 hours and cry. And he broke like every law very publicly. I'm not sure he was well when he did it, right? But and then he did it again, and then he did it again, like, and it's basically because this contract wasn't being renewed, and he couldn't believe it, right? Because he was really, you know, try be nice. That's normally good career advice, okay? That's unless you work in Hollywood, I guess. Anyway. Anyway, so after all that went down, I said that I tried so hard, right? You have no idea. I said, you've got to disavow, the board of the synagogue, right? You've got to disavow this insane violation of these laws of Shmir Salashin. Like, this is just in the same way, by the way, people said before the exile happened, on that generation, yeah, fair. All that for this? Yes, actually, yes. I mean, okay, that's what God says, and it seems to be happening. What do you think? I know in your little head you're, nah, fair, right? God happens to say, yes. Oh, and the terrible thing of this, I'm speaking more to the religious people than the not religious people. Right? You remember how I said they all think you're full of crap? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Right? So, but we are in an incredibly good position, right? We are in an incredibly good position right now. Like I heard, as I said, over Sabbath that Nasrallah was killed. You have no idea the simcha. I mean, you have no idea simcha's joy, right? You have it's so good, right? It's so good. For Sarah, first that piece of crap's done with another 5 generals. The top 4 layers of command are dead. I mean, we didn't just cut the head of the snake off; it's a few inches down, and then the mid-level command are all either missing testicle, eyes, or hands, or life, right? And oh boy, I'm not going to cry about that at all either. Oh no, we started the war and now we got boomers. Yeah, yes, actually you have. Oh, but we are in an incredible position right now because we have had Haslacha. How would you do luck? All right, so. Again, that's my belief. There are 2 parts of any form of creation. You have the first part and the second part. The first part is you create it in your mind, right? When it's not real, right? The second part, creation, you bring that into reality in some way. You build it, whatever you have to do to create it, right? You have 100% control what goes on in your head. You have 0% control what goes on reality. That's entirely up to God. Remember, He created the matrix. He controls every aspect of it. Right, and He permeates every aspect of it. Reality is made from God, right? So, on October the 7th, God gave incredible, it's called Hatzlacha, luck to Hamas, right? To do the most depraved, evil, horrific acts you can beyond what you could imagine, beyond what any normal human being could imagine. And okay, here's the tough pill, right? The kick in the balls, right? And we deserved it. We had it coming, right? And you should really let that ruminate in your head for a minute, right? And it's not as bad as you think, because again, it gives us real power of how we can control the future, of how things can change. Because here's my thought. Now, then October 7th, it was them that had the luck, the Hatzlacha, that they had the thought to make it happen, and God let it happen. Now, it looks like the ball's back in our court, right? The pager stuff, that's crazy. Okay, the pager thing was crazy. Come on, that's not normal. Oh God, I love seeing the anti-Semites cry. Oh, and then the walkie-talkies the next day. Oh God, that's so good. Oh, yeah, I don't care. You start a war, mate. Right? We could have lived in peace. I mean, that's the thing. We could have lived in peace. Most Jews will be like, yeah, that's 100% fine. Right? Really, I want to know on a genuine that if we could click and press a button and remove the cultural conflict, right? The cultural hatred of Jews from Palestinians, I would have zero problem having a mosque next to my synagogue and being friends. Like, it's just like God. Right? I really would. Why not? Why can't we just be nice to each other? Wouldn't that be it? I understand that can't happen. But if I could press that button, I would. You know, and that's how most Jews think. I think, right? I think that's how most of our worldview. And wouldn't it be nice if we could get there? So again, we have Rosh Hashanah coming up, right? We have the Jewish New Year, a rebooting of reality. You look back over this year, and again, the ball of luck is back in God. But we are in favor with God, right? God knows how. Well, I'll take it. But God knows how, right? We are in favor with God, right? And I don't care if you believe it or you don't believe it, right? Here's what I'm going to suggest. What Bill and Ted said: be excellent to everyone. It is that simple. You don't need to be ritualistically observant in any way, shape, or form, right? But I want you to think about it. There's still how many more? 50. They say 100. Probably 50 hostages left alive. Nobody killed, right? It's horrible. Like, what would you do to end this? What would you do that we would never have to worry about this again? What would you do if we could have peace with everybody? What would you do for that? You know, what's the name of the red-headed kid? What would you do to have seen them come home? The woman who's always on TV, her husband Keith. I hope he's alive. What would you do to see them come home? What would you do? I have 2 children. They're both in combat. Both got married this year. Hamas has a lot to answer for, right? They both in combat. The younger one, he's going back tomorrow morning, right? They're saying he's going to Gaza. Maybe he's going north. We don't know. But let me say this. I think every time you talk crap about somebody else, another bullet whizzes past their bloody heads. If we're lucky, what would you do to end this? To bring the process home? What would you do? And I'm saying the price is so low. It's so low, right? Don't talk crap about each other. That's it. And then I'm not even saying you've got to succeed with it, right? I'm not even saying, yes, you have to definitely succeed and you've got to be a safe. No, just put it on the damn radar. If you do, and if you make a commitment to move towards that in a tiny step, like you say, if you can't say, I'll try this for a week, right? Try not to speak badly about people for a week. You can't do that. I'll try it for a day. I'll try it for an hour a day, like and not an hour of your sleep, right? You say, I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you believe. I don't know if you're religious. I don't know if you're not religious. Who gives a crap? Let's give it a try. Right? Let's give it a try. The worst case scenario is we live in a nicer world. That's it. Right? That's it. And it blows my bloody mind. Right? Like, what is the function of the Old Testament? It's essentially to give us a good and happy, fulfilled life, right? Now, I understand there are, elements of it that would, that definitely clash with Western civilization. If you're gay, there's a whole other thing. I get it. I get it. But the generalities of the morality of the Bible, honesty, fidelity, those sort of things. That makes your life better, right? They make you a happier, better person, and that is what I think is the function of this. But I'm saying, if enough of us, and if you're religious and you're watching this, right? If you're religious and you're watching this, be real. I'm telling the truth, right? I'm telling the truth. I mean, what's the evidence I'm telling the truth? October the 7th. Is there any other massive area of Judaism that we all don't keep and don't give a crap about? Is there any other? I mean, honestly, and if we did, why don't we do kashrut? We should do the, speaking nicely about each other and don't do kosher food. Our food's half the price and it's awesome. Oh my God. Again, I wasn't always religious. Lobster is great. Bacon is beyond. However good you think bacon is, it's actually better. Okay? I have to tell you, it's awesome. Right? It really is. And we could have, if we kept kosher the same way we keep the Lashon Hara, Lashon, we're there. But I'm saying here, It's Rosh Hashanah this week. And again, if you're not religious, say, I don't know if you're there. I don't know if you're not there. I'm not. This is not me committing, to being Meshuggah and a frog, right? But I'm going to try. I'm going to try in the name of the hostages, in the name of the fallen, in the name of the threat that we face, right? I'm just going to try. I'm going to try this crazy thing, right? I'm going to try this crazy thing. And it could change everything. I believe it will change everything. And, worst case scenario, we live in a less of a crappy place. So, that's my thoughts. Boy, I went on a long time. That's my thoughts on current events right now, Mr. Sinwar. Fine. Going from the sublime to ridiculous. Doink. Hi, Millie. It's always good to do a hard gear change. She released a single. I forgot about that. I can't believe he released a single. Does it remind you of Eddie the Eagle Edwards? Let me see if I can find that. But I can. Eddie the Eagle. Oh God, there we go. They made a movie? No. They made a movie of Eddie the Eagle. Oh, no. Eddie Eagle, he does look like a character that Ricky Gervais would invent. What's it? What's the name of it? It's Fly Eddie Fly. Video. Here we go. Video. Fly Eddie Fly was a single. No, okay. Fly Eddie Fly. Do they not have it on anywhere? Oh, here it is. But there's no visuals with it. Oh, here it is. Okay, fine. Let me download it. Eddie the Eagle Edwards, if you don't know, was a ski jumper or something. I don't bloody know. Some skiing thing. He's never done it before. And he was a complete failure at it, but we all loved him. Right? I can't remember the deal, but yeah, when he released a music video, we knew his 5 minutes of fame was nearly over, and there was much rejoicing in the land.
Fly, Eddie, fly. Fly, Eddie, fly.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm not getting copyright struck for that. You kidding me? There we go. Let me see if I can find out Eddie the Eagle, Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops. Is this it? On Top of the Pops? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we have to get this video. I'm sorry. It's amazing to me that these things exist in this world. Yeah, I'm quite happy they do. Here we go. Right, video for On Top of the Pops. Let's get through to when we actually see him. I can't even. What Olympics was? There he is. Him.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you.
Okay, she's hot for him. Blimey. But I remember him singing. No, they're
dreaming of this as a child.
It's just one of those great British, plucky failures. Fly, Eddie, fly. So yeah, does that mean we're at that stage of his career? Because let's face it, he's a shit actor. I mean, we've been nice for as long as we can. He's just a shit actor. He's good if you want somebody super gay. If you want something that isn't super gay, don't go for Ncuti Gatwa, or Ncuti Gatwa, as apparently his name is now. So irritating. Ncuti just released a single. Is this a sign? Is it excruciating 5 minutes fame mercifully nearly over? We can only hope. Darling. Alan, do that. Tudyk Brainiac. We'll look see what the latest news is. Anyway, fine. Let's get to that. Darren O is there. You doing Darren O? He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Who else thinks that Anna Dama should have played Catwoman instead of Nepo Baby? Zoe Kravitz? Man, that would anything would have made that better. I'm sorry. I hate that Batman universe. right? I'm sorry. I used to celebrate it. Did you notice? Simba is next. Yes. From what I understand, they are. They control Rafa now, which means they can't bring in more armors. As far as I think they're fucked, right? I do. I think they've offered them a deal. They'll let Sinwar go for the hostages. That means they got real pressure there. Having said that, here, what's that picture? Let me show you the crack units, which is what was it? I have to look at my wife's account. I think, right? From did they put it on Facebook on WhatsApp? No. Okay, let's try. Oh man, where am I up to? Reuven. There we go. Must be on his. Oh, where is it then? No, it's not there. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a good then and now picture, which showed him from the other day where he's. I wonder where he posted. I'm sure I saw that on Facebook. I don't know. Fine. I'm back at the chat. Simple 6, yeah, one can only hope. Yes, my identifiers was C under Captain Nation pointlessly brought back in Picard season 3, which otherwise was very, very good. And that is it. I'm going to be on his channel soon. I like Kravitz in that film, but you're right. Wait, what about Lenny Kravitz? Hang on. Yes. I always think Lenny Kravitz. Not so cross here, Arab Talk to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Listen, you'll never guess that Rabbi can translate as teacher, would you? Where are we up to? Everything good assistance right away. Well, bang, we are very happy, right? Tzvi Lebetkin, the risk of sending you on a tangent. It could happen. And since we are probably all SF fans here, what do you do religious view on extra solar planet and intelligent life? That's an interesting question. That is an interesting question. As far as I understand it, they would have to have a similar. With two ways of looking at it. They would have to have two intelligent lives to exist in the universe. They would have to have a mission from God to coexist. And as far as we understand, the entire of reality was created for us, right? However, that the Bible begins with the word Bereshit, which starts with the second letter in the Jewish alphabet. That's an indication that there have been many universes, maybe going on concurrently. So there you go. Star Wars trending on X. Oh God, could it be like his resignation? Oh man. Steve is here. Steve. Go see Frank Lumber over the God should be. I did it though, didn't I? Man, I did it. Dr. Alex is there. Dr. Alex is a new episode of Dr. Alex comes out, and I'm so behind. I like it as well. Here's the thing: I really enjoy Dr. Alex's Doctor Who. I find it more legitimate than anything else going on. By the way, I had a great Sabbath. It was my finally after a month, this arrived. I am so stoked. It's actually better than I thought it would be, right? These are the backup strips from Doctor Who magazine. I'm definitely getting the second volume. It's gorgeous, right? I have all everything else they put out other than it's funny. Then I saw like the ad at the back. I'm like, no, not getting that. I got Age of Chaos, which is shit. Black Sunrise I'm going to get. Mystery of the Chaos, no. White Dragon, no. Fourth Doctor already have it. Daleks already have it. So, I have them in other volumes. Liberation, fuck off. No, leave me alone. And so, if you only just started collecting, these are the Daleks and the Cybermen strips and the Fourth Doctor are excellent, right? And I love. Oh, this is gorgeous. What I like really nice about it is you see, what's his name? Steve Dillon's early work. And man, can that boy draw? Oh, I really got to find his earliest stuff from Hulk comic. But yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, Dr. Alex. How you doing, sir? So yeah, I really got to get back because again, I actually enjoy that, right? And so I really got maybe this week, right? Who knows? Or dares to dream. Oh, there's too much news going on. That's the other thing. I mean, like, that takes up too much of my time. Anyway, you know what? We'll be ready if I had a TARDIS. So, like, TARDIS time. How are you doing? So, thank you for joining us. Gregory Peck, Rock Hudson. No, it wasn't either of them. It was something that you totally wouldn't. Oh, no, just look it up 1 second. Okay, the Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957 film. Oh, so good. We're looking up. William Holden. There you go. William Holden. Told you. No, nobody would remember him. Season thing at Reboot. Check out today's episode, Doctor Season 14. Genuinely, I find that the most legitimate Doctor Who out there. Most like it's actually like Doctor Who. I don't like the Rabbi, Yishai Fisher, or Shmuley Pater. They strike me as extreme. I don't know. I mean, Shmuley Pater, I think, is. I see him debating Candace Owens, and I like cringe. Honestly, I'm like, oh God, why? Why is this so adversarial without reason? I don't know Rabbi Yishai Fleischer. They seem extreme. I think they're trying. I mean, again, I don't know Yishai Fleischer. Surely it does seem to be like trying to be in your face. Right. Yeah. So again, I cringe when I say. Although, what can I say? Ben Shapiro irritates me too. Was it? It's becoming an itinerant tinker, as it says in the Tishmo commentary. I didn't actually know that, Steve. Thank you. Yes, he did become an itinerant tinker. See the bacon at this point. It smells better. No, you've had the wrong bacon. Okay, you've had the wrong bacon. Okay. Okay, I'm going through a list of some of the best bacon I ever had. Now, Americans prefer bacon crispy. That was very good when I was young. We were in Disney World, and they had a thing of a slice of French toast with banana smeared on it, with another slice of French toast, deep fried together, with more sugar put on top, and 2 rashers of bacon. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Then my grandmother, God rest her soul. I mean, she did not come from a kosher house at all, which is really weird because I believe her father was super religious, right? Or her grandfather, I can't remember, right? So she would always make bacon sandwiches for me. And again, that's more English bacon sandwich. Oh, very good. And it'll go to a calf, like grease and spoon calf. Full English breakfast. It's fantastic, right? Oh, they're all so good. Look what we did to end World War II. Yeah, here's the incredible thing. The money spent on Gaza to rebuild Gaza thus far, right, has been per capita, I think, 4 or 5 times the money spent on rebuilding from World War II. It's crazy. And all that money just went into making tunnels, which we've blown up, right? We still live in the same world as Owen Jones, yes. But, oh man, again, the muzzle, the luck is not with him. So I'm very glad about that. Hugh Jackman's in it. What was we talking about? I wonder what Hugh Jackman was in. Dark City? Was he really? I'm going to look this up. Okay, 1 second. Where we go? We'll do IMDb. Hugh Jackman's in Dark City. I don't know. I like Anna de Armas is in a John Wick movie. I think that's a really good idea. I'm looking up Hugh Jackman. I am so not interested in The Last of Us season 2. Right? They just flashed up an ad for it previous. Okay, let's go back. Okay, no, it's got to be like in the 2000s, wasn't it? So yeah, I should just look up Dark City, but I can't remember what year it was. It's 90s sometime. Late 90s, I thought. Or maybe early 2000s. All right, I'm looking at this entire thing. Well, what could I be talking about? 1 second. X-Men. Wow, it's an early movie for him, X-Men. I didn't realize. Sawfish was great. Oh, that's a great movie. More X-Men. Van Helsing. That was Meh, Scoop, Meh. The Fountain. I like that a lot. And The Prestige. Fountain was, I mean, again, a lot of people hated it. I enjoyed it. Happy. I have no idea what we were talking about. Wolverine, Snowflower, Real Steel. That wasn't very good at all. Rise of the Guardians, also not good. Les Mis, The Wolverine, Days of Future Past, excellent. I think that's probably one of the best X-Men movies. I'm so buying Deadpool vs. Wolverine because that just ends that whole universe, right? That bookends everything. I'm really happy about that. I don't know. I don't know what Hugh Jackman was in. Okay. Is it season 14? He should be, if he was lucky. Off the premiere, yeah, you enjoy, sir. Did Ncuti sing Tears of a Clown? No, it's like, who cares? William Holden. There you go. Yeshua Weiser is in Hebron and always near, always toting gun. Yeah, that is, let me look him up. See if I recognize it. Yeah, that's not uncommon. Yeshai Fleischer. See if I recognize him. Yeah, I know exactly who he is. Well, I believe some. I mean, I think I know him. I've met him a few times. I think our beliefs are not like a million miles apart, but like I think he's a bit more dickish about it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I would like everybody to be happy. Okay, that's the thing about it. I would like everybody to be happy. That I think would be a good thing. Fine. Let me see. I caught up with the chat. Let's have a look at what we're looking at first. Do we to watch downloaded? There's I got another Ian Levine episode, Faceless Ones, episode 4. Oh. These things, I know. I understand some people don't like it, but for me, I think they just get better and better. Genuinely, I really, really do. Right? This was cool. This was by what's the game? The guy who did the Dalek rendering. It says on it what his name is, but this is something he did for the Stuff of Legend, which I thought was very cool. Which again, I'm looking forward to them releasing a video version of that.
Shielding is resistant to neutronic rays. Order Driller Dalek into position.
I like that they're going for like traditional Daleks and a kind of like hybrid, right? It says at the end who it is, but it's really good.
Driller Dalek in position. Excavate.
I like the excavate, but I also like the Dalek symbols on the side, right? Like from Dalek Invasion of Earth. I think there's some more. 1999 What? Why? This is just weird now.
Shielding is resistant to neutronic rays. Order Driller Dalek into position.
That's really weird. Why do that? That's just weird. Okay. What other versions are there? Okay. Previous? Oh, see, that's interesting already. I like that.
Shielding is resistant to neutronic rays.
He's got the Dalek movement just right. Right? It really does. It'll say at the end.
Order Driller Dalek into position.
Yeah, no, like again, the Dalek twitching movement really got it down. That's very impressive, I have to say.
Driller Dalek in position. Excavate.
The 90s version just confuses me though. Why? Paradonian, there you go. That's the dude who's blocked me. He doesn't like me, but animated model by Paradonian. Excellent work, right? Really, genuinely excellent work. think it's very cool, right? I really genuinely think that's yeah, I do. And again, I can't wait for them to release a video version. They need to release a thing that's a video and a you get the studio version and you get the live version, right? I know they're releasing the live version, which is the one I will get. Man, again, that it just looks so good to me. I'm sorry, right? I like to like when I like to call it when people I always call people out for doing crap. Right, let's call people out for actually doing something good. Let's have a quick look if the ending. Oh, damn, press the wrong thing. We'll do have a quick look at Big Finish. Anything going on over there? No. Like, oh yeah, we do have to talk about that. Okay. And what's this? They got a sale. Okay, we should look at that. And what's this? War Room 2? No, not interested in the slightest. I don't know. They got India. What's her name again? Back to do another Torchwood. She's very good, and everything she's in, she's very good. Fine. Let's we'll go over here then. Share screen. Let's have a peruse. Oh, problem is there, you know, mate. Oh, problem here. 1 second. Share screen. I'm doing this new strand. Doink. Hang on. Right, because I'm just so excited about the Blu-ray coming out. So yeah, I'm on what's the name? The Assassin right now. I'm loving it. Again, this is the first time I watched it in decades. Right, I am absolutely loving this. Oh, it's so good. Right, this is coming out this week sometime. But maybe it depends. If I watch more tomorrow, I'll do the next one. I just finished my Mad Men rewatch, right, and it must be my third or fourth time through. Man, I love that show. That is just an awesome show, right? It really generally is. Share screen. Fine, let's have a look over here. Fine, let's have a look at the what's going on in the world. I like the idea of Alan Tudyk's secret role as Brainiac. Bane and Deathstroke DC villain movie in development. Well, I think both of those are very good ideas, especially if you use the Zack Snyder casting for Deathstroke, who was what's that guy? Who was perfect, right? Let's see if they mention it. Again, a Bane's a really good idea as well. I think James Gunn's doing good stuff, right? So, any idea who they're going to cast? Secrets. Christopher Nolan. Yeah, this one. This looked like such a good Deathstroke, right? What's his name again? Rick. I don't know. Whoever that bloke is, right? He was a very good Deathstroke. Ratings less than Acolyte ratings. Wait. Agatha ratings less than the Acolyte. Me. That's like the gold standard of bad, right? They're going to say Megaloff is going to be a box office flop, which is, I think it's a shame. All right. Blade back on track. I'll believe it when it comes out. All right. Everything I like, everything I have like any hope for is normally dashed, isn't it? Right. Okay. So Scarlett Johansson still involved with Marvel. Oh, darling, you're not hot anymore. Like, you got to understand, know your place. Right? Eye candy. Who's it? Kim Kardashian says legal action after Twitter user accuses her of being involved in the Diddy. Man, that Diddy thing is wild, right? Ghostbusters Answer the Call director Feige blames back. Who's Answer the Call? Was that the female Ghostbusters? Okay, none of this is interesting me. Rumor Marvel Studios Ironheart series to have same tones as Mrs. Marvel. Will confirm Riri Williams as bisexual. Yeah, do more of that. Yeah, it's a great plan. Nothing can go wrong with doing that, right? Sucker Punch announces Ghost of Tsunami sequel. Ghost, I have no idea. Only Sucker Punch I know is the Zack Snyder movie. Speak No Evil. Actor James recalled the time Joaquin Phoenix walked out on M. Night Shyamalan and split. Well, okay. Hey, well, where's this? Oh, let's read the story. Demi Lovato exposes how Trudeau has damaged children. Well, that's Tulsa King showrunner Terrence Winter reveals Gotham PD series. That's interesting. Former Sony Interactive, blah, 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 rumor Marvel Studios. Yeah, fine. Oh, I love hearing them cry about the Go. Yeah, it is a Go Busters. Answer the call, director Paul Vane blame backlash on political climate of the time. Who calls that? Who calls that political climate at the time? Well, and apparently, you calling anybody who didn't agree with you Nazis. Do you think that backlash could have been avoidable? Do you, Paulie? Right? Claims critics were Trump supporters. Well, what if they were? Why is that? Okay, that you're saying that's a pejorative completely proves the point, right? And it really does, right? Yes, maybe your critics were trying. Your movie was still shit, right? I mean, like, for God's sake, I've tried to watch it. It was on Netflix for a while. I tried twice, genuinely, and I fell asleep twice. It's boring. It's not engaging. It's not fun. Right? Gotta get over it. And again, it was you just going, well, we have incredible female comedians. Smug. You were the same smug as Rusty Davis was before his Doctor Who aired. Right? Just super smug. Oh, so much smug. All right? And then it didn't work out for you. And it's everybody else's fucking fault. Oh, for fuck's sake. Grow a pair of fucking balls. Oh, God. I mean, like, yeah, nobody wants this. This was shit, right? This was shit. And they're all the funny one. Look at them. Kristen Wiig was a funny one. Well, it was a funny one. They're all been doing shtick. No. The other one where you had different people had different characters. They're all, and yeah. Kristen Wiig I find incredibly talented, by the way. Kate McKinnon also just like weird and out of place in the movie. Melissa McCarthy, shut up and go away. Leslie Jones, bye. Yeah, Leslie, maybe not screaming at men all the time and saying and being a domineering cunt, right? Maybe, I don't know. Jeez, little less. Let's have a look at this. Look, we know. Look, I mean, if your kid goes to Hollywood, they're gonna be fucked up. They're probably gonna be fucked up. I mean, shit, fuck me. I remember she went nuts, right? Is Demi Lovato one like cut her hair and said she was a space alien? One of them did. I don't know. Child Star on Hulu. Yeah, I don't really care. Tulsa King showrunner reveals the Gotham PD series set in the Batman continuity was going to be a 70s police drama. I'm glad it's not happening. I'm sorry. All this stuff is good stuff. Don't get me wrong. And it is like Penguin. It's good stuff, but it's like it's the world it's come from is shit. So I'm sorry about that, mate. But it is. It's just shit. Oh man, Bleeding Cool. Oh, there we go. Which of these two actors would be Jon Stewart and HBO's Atlantis? I don't know. 1 second. Heroes of the 100 best costume. John Landis films. Just give me headlines. Round 2 of layoffs begins at Paramount. 50% of staff get cut. Good. You deserve it. Right? You deserve it. Batman gets a Hollywood Star of Fame. Agatha All Marvel's Guest Project 8. What ended a game explosion that nobody will see because nobody fucking cares. Right? Nobody cares. Any new Doctor Who stories? Go here. Doink. Fine. Doctor Who, why the Doctor is not always saving the day is a good thing. Oh God. Like this desperate need to validate the queer era. It's only because it's queer. Right? That's really, it's only because it's queer. All right? I hate to tell you. We can talk about that too. Fine, let's have a look over here. Fine. Doctor Who, why the Doctor is not always saving the day is a good thing. Well, it depends. I mean, like, I think Tom Baker. Oh, God, come here. I think Tom Baker really did it. Really was correct. Where it says, the Doctor has to be a hero that wins, right? Neil Gaiman calls his critic trans supporters. What, the women he raped? I mean, like, how is that? I mean, maybe they are trans supporters, but he raped them. So, swings and roundabouts, mate. Thank you, Matthew Powell. Doctor, what's very occasionally. I mean, I think the best example of that is in For Your Eyes Only, where Bond ends up destroying the ATAC computer, right? And it's kind of, and everybody just goes home, right? Do I have that clip now? It is For Your Eyes Only, I believe, right? For Your Eyes Only. And I think, did he end in bed with someone? I can't remember. For Your Eyes Only in credits. Was it the one Margaret Thatcher? Oh yeah, okay, fine. This is like a 10-minute clip, so it should have everything in it. Let's have a look. 1981, and yeah, I still can't believe Never Say Never Again did wasn't it like this beat Never Say Never Again, which I quite like Never Say Never Again. It's very rare that I do want to when I do go to that. 1 second. Only. Did he? Well, right. Yeah, he has the 8. That's it. This really should have been his last one. That's Major Gogo.
Yep.
Why did he shoot him? Well, that just seems, I don't know, a bit of a downer of an ending. I don't know. And then they go off on the boat and they snog. And Q calls him as always. All right, I forgot that's the one with the budgie talking to Margaret Thatcher. Right, we'll watch this.
I'll get it, Dennis. Hello?
Mr. Bond on the line, Prime Minister.
Ah, Mr. Bond. I wanted to call you personally.
I love James Bond. I'm sorry. This is stupid, but I love it.
Say how pleased we all are that your mission was a success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, Mr. Bond. Your courage and resourcefulness are a credit to the nation.
Who played tennis? I don't know.
Dennis and I look forward to meeting you. Meanwhile, if there is anything I can do for you...
Yes, it is.
Well, really, Mr. Bond.
I think we're having a little trouble with the line, madam.
You idiot. Get on to it.
007. 007. Bond.
Have you got man? What's going on?
He's shagging somebody like 30 years younger than him. Okay, look, let's be easy with him, right? Similar to the ending of Ice Station Zero, Patrick McGowan blows up the foot. Yeah, exactly, right? That's about, I think, as like having the Doctor always fuck up like this one. I don't know, who never has any agency, and just cries a lot. God, it's annoying. It's important for Doctor to show that the Doctor doesn't always save the day, and that sometimes it needs to be somebody else. Oh, but does that other person have to be a girl? But he put chance. Oh yes, university. That's what it is. Stunning brave woman. Doctor is the hero of the show. Well, not this one. The title says, oh, yeah, but he's not the hero of this. He's a crying little turd for most of it. But that doesn't mean that the Doctor always saves the day. Yep, the hero doesn't always have to be the one who saves the day. In the modern era of the series, there has to be plenty of episodes where someone else saves the day. Not what in the 8 episodes every year, and even saves the Doctor. No, it's shit. I'm sorry, it's shit. Occasionally, no, yeah, okay. When Rose goes and saves the Doctor in Rose, right? Awesome, right? Awesome, and yeah, the companion does need to go in and save the Doctor sometimes, right? Yeah, then that's awesome. But generally speaking, the Doctor's got to be the one with agency. Rossi, I mean, again, I guess you can have the companion saving the Doctor. It happens all the time, but more as the Doctor saving the companion. I think maybe 25% companion saving Doctor, 75% Doctor saving companion. Right? That sounds like a nice ratio. Ross Davis, Stephen, I've introduced a recurring theme in Doctor Who, which is that the Doctor makes people better. Really? How Ncuti Gatwa made anybody better? Oh, hey, be more of a narcissist. They empower and inspire people to take control of their destinies. Their very present changes in people's lives, especially their companions. They take theme away from mundane lives, introduce them to a wider universe and its possibilities. That is a theme where that's more explicit in the modern era. Yeah, really. Than in classic version. Yeah, it was something you kind of shoehorned in. It kind of worked at the time. I don't know. That's part of what defines the hero, not to just save the day, but to make other people. Not really. That's a good trait, making other people the best. So, a hero doesn't always do the tricky thing for genre storytellers, since storytelling 101 indicates the protagonist should always be proactive. Well, they should be proactive in some of the main conflict. Yes, they should. Yes. And they're not be proactive at all. Be passive, that's a big mistake. In Doctor Who, the best is... am I right, though, about that? Okay. Let's do an episode guide, okay? Doctor Who episode guide. Does the Doctor need to be proactive or not? That's, I'm being presumptuous with that. Let's start. Let's just go through it, right? Yeah. Doing so. Is he reactive and unearthly child? Well, yeah, he does run. He's active in Daleks. Edge of Destruction, they all are. Marco Polo, yes. Yeah, okay. Keys of Marin. Yeah, no, he's a hero. No, he's proactive in all of these. Dalek Invasion of Earth, Rescue. Yes, he's very proactive in all of these stories. What was I fucking thinking? War Machines, yeah, Bungler, yeah, very proactive. Not so much in Power of the Daleks, right? He's more like sneaking around, right? And they haven't really defined who he is yet. Underwater Menace, but yeah, he is proactive in it. Moonbase, Macro Terror, Face it, yeah, he's very proactive in all of these, right? What the hell? I don't know. Okay, Invasion, Crotons. See, yeah, he's proactive in all of these. Spare from Space, Silurians, Ambassador. Yes, for fuck's sake, let's just go forward. Seeds of Massive Mandragona. Well, then he kind of wanders into Mandragona, but then he's proactive when he's sucked in. Hand of Fear, yes. Deadly Assassin, Face of Evil, Robots. Yes, the Doctor's always proactive. Oh my God, Castrovalva. Then he's just kind of wandering out. It's his first story, fair enough. For Doomsday, yeah, Kinder. Again, Peter Davis is most less wandering around, but once he's in the situation, he's proactive. He wanders into situations more like vaguely in this one. But yeah, I mean that's who he was. Yeah, proactive. Okay, fine. We've answered. Yeah, it's better for the Doctor to be proactive. A hero who doesn't do the tricky thing for genre tellers, storytelling 101 indicates that protagonist should always be proactive in solving the main conflict plot. In Doctor Who, the best instances where someone else saves the day are all due to the Doctor's effect on them. Well, give me some examples, including when they're sacrificing themselves to save everybody else. I mean, yeah, I guess Jo Grant sacrificing herself from, save the Doctor. That was awesome, right? Including the loved ones, like when Pete Tyler gives her his life for daughter Rose and restore the timeline. I mean, that was a good script, right? But again, that was a Doctor lost and not knowing what to do. That's a damn good example. I would say it's the aberration, right? That's really interesting because if you think of was it Father's Day, the Doctor? Well, no, he cruises the situation by bringing Rose there, and then he gets lost in it, right? I think that's more of a master plot, right? He's proactive, then fucks up. Right? In Boom, the Doctor influences AI replica of a dead father to override the AI of a whole corporation to prevent it from killing everyone. I don't remember that at all. On Boom, I don't really care. Yeah, including his daughter and the Doctor. Well, I would say that's him being proactive, wouldn't you? In the end, when the Doctor doesn't do the saving, it's all about their presence in the story. When you think about it, the 15th Doctor didn't actually save anyone. Exactly, yeah. No, you don't think about it that hard. We know, right? Anyone in 8 episodes, of course, defeating Sutek and bringing back time across. That was shit. There've been spin-off series without the Doctor. That's so dumb, right? It's more apologetics of the current era, right? It's just apologetics of this current era, which is generally speaking shit, right? Rivals David Tennant teases racists. Don't care. I just want to look at this again because it just looks so good. I love that Paul McGann was in full costume, right? And they made up this. I just really, I have so much respect for that. Right, there's not. They should get better pictures. But he's in full costume. I really do have respect for that. Good for him, right? Really, that event looked fantastic. What's this? Doctor Who famous historical figures feature new book says, oh yeah, let's do another book series that will try and be woke as fuck through, and it'll fail horribly, and then we'll forget and we'll do another book series. New Icon series of Doctor Who novels will feature a Doctor with historical figures like Frida Kahlo or Charles Darwin. Okay. When Doctor is the gift that keeps on giving, not really. I like, who do you think's buying this? Frida Kahlo and the Skull. Like, who do you think's buying this? Really? Like, what? Look, I know you idiots thought it was okay to alienate 50% of your audience or more. Okay, everybody knows Jodie's shit. You're just buying this to show up. Buying this is virtue signaling, right? I mean, unless it turns out to be good, but it looks like buying is virtue signaling. New Icons is coming at several of the past encounters, legendary figures from. Okay, the series was originally created to teach children about history in an entertaining way. Yeah, but the trouble is, it's not entertaining. You fuck Doctor Who in the arse. It's not fun anymore. You fuck Doctor Who bloody, right? About history in an entertaining way through time travel before these pesky Daleks took over the ratings. But it never lost. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Geordie Whittaker, 13th Doctor, meets the illustrious artist Frida Kahlo in the first of 3 brand new novellas starring and inspiring characters of history. Well, it's okay. It's a good cover, right? The cover art is good. I don't want to be a dick about that. Charles Darwin and the 14th Doctor, or is it 10th Doctor? I'm not by. I don't know. L.D. Lapiansky. I have no idea who he is. Sophie McKenzie. Don't know her. And who's the third one? Well, who's it? Are you going to tell us? You said 3. I'm sorry, young Charles. Okay, fine. If you want to see Charles Darwin and Doctor Who, let me help you out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me help you out. Go over here. Got Biff, Big Finish. It's also on sale, I think, right now as well. can't remember the name of it though. Oh, what's the name? Sixth Doctor Silurian. We'll look at the sale, right? Because they look, whenever they got older stuff going on sale, it's totally worth it. Oh, it's taking forever. All right, while that's thing, let's look at what's going on at Radio Times. Dr. David Dan Grace's new cover of okay, yeah, it's exactly the same story. We don't care. Yes, the cover story. Shooting up with Debu's new unexpected role. He teamed up with singer Jade Thirlwall. Who's that? That's also known as Eric, blah, 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 blah. R&B hit, which was written by Brit Award winner, Angel of My Dreams. Name them Billboard. Gatwa acts as MC for the track as he begins announcing. Well, let's see if we can find it. What's the name of it? New single Midnight Cowboy. Well, let's have a look. Let me see if I can grab that. We'll go over here. Doink. He acts as the MC for it. Midnight Cowboy. Is this the one with Ncuti Gatwa? What's it? Midnight Cowboy. Ncuti Gatwa. Let's see if that comes up. Must be this. Warning, this might give you epilepsy. Or what's that? We'll read it in a second. All right, it's only from 3 days ago. It must be it. This is by Jade Midnight Cowboy. Okay, fine. This is obviously what they're talking about. Let's have a look. Oh, don't play the video. It has bare tits in it. Ugh. Really? Really? Pain in the bloody ass that is. Is the song shit? I assume it is. Fine. And again, it's the end of it. This is where people go at the end of their careers. This is Eddie the Eagle Edwards' time. He's done. Look, here's the thing. Shooting. This is not racial hatred in any way, shape, and form. You're just shit at being an actor, right? You are Zoolander. You are epically shit at being an actor, right? I wanted you to be good. I like Doctor Who, but you're not. You were shit, right? You played it the way you play everything, which is gay. It's the only thing you do is being gay, which means you're not a good actor. Like Simon Callow, very gay. He's able not to be gay, right? Ergo, good actor. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Fine, where's that? Get the deals. Let's have a look. See. You know what? Yeah, we'll do this. Monthly adventures. Well, how do I find all of them? Audiobooks, Doctor Who, monthly adventures. Man, that range just fell to shit. Oh, it's so sad every time I think about it. Oldest first. Sirens of Time. I'll find it in a second. I hope I don't go past it by mistake. Honestly, Blood Tide. Yeah, this was good. $4. Oh my god, so much better than how much is that piece of shit book? I'm only saying it because I love them so much. Let's have a look. Doc Saving Good Thing. Where was it? Oh, it must be not Bleed the Court. Where was it? Fine. How do we get Charles Darrant's Laura Revival? How much is this? $12.99. And how many pages? You tell me anything about this? 160 pages. 12. Okay, fine. Compared to $4. I'm sorry. Was that dollars or pounds? No, fine, dollars. Fine. Compared to $4, this is the one to go with. Oh, Colin Baker, Maggie Staples. Yeah, it does have Darwin in it, doesn't it? 1 second. Charles Darwin, plays by Miles Richardson. Great. It really is good. Great cover as well. Blimey. Yeah, this is a recommend. This is so much better. Oh, yeah. This is this one's a total recommend. Fine. Let's see what else is going on. Digital Spy. The four most iconic villains ever. No, I'm not going to watch a video. Future Doctor's huge TARDIS plot hole bothers me for you because it's shit, right? Because it's shit. It still makes no bloody sense. Yeah, I know it's shit. I really want Doctor to use this one story. Okay, maybe we can do one. Yeah, we'll do a whole show about it tomorrow, maybe. Yeah. All of this says Doctor Who is past itself. Doctor Who must regain my trust. I've really got to do this story as well. Right, I really got this. But I think I'm going to wrap up. Right, I think I'm going to wrap up because I'm on with Dan in an hour and a quarter. I don't want to go pee. I don't think I'm going to pee for an hour and a quarter. Right, I don't think but I might. But I don't think but I might. Right, but I might. So I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to do more. Oh fuck me! Really? What's that? I just saw this. The Zara's successor Hassan Cahill was killed 2 hours ago. Get out of here. No. IDF launches multiple new strikes in Beirut. Houthi missile triggers siren in Tel Aviv. Me. Galaxy, Defense Ministry. I got to share this. I got to share this with you. I'm sorry. Share screen. Where is it? Yeah. Share screen. Finder. Where is it? Oh, no, it's tab. Chrome tab. Yeah, 1 second. There you go. Times of Israel. So firstly, okay. IDF launches multiple new strikes in Beirut. I mean, like, right the next day. Look at this. They're all knocked out. Me. Nothing brings justice, but it's time for ceasefires in Gaza and Lebanon. No, don't cease fire. They will take it as a sign of weakness, and they will go after you. Houthi, didn't want to tell US head of Nasser strike for fear it would prevent it. That's a smart move. Oh no, we're dead. Oh, who will hate the Jews for us now? Who will hate the Jews for us now? Yeah, well, let me see if there's dancing. That's not it. Okay, but look at this. It's like, look at, they're all gone. I think Abdul Ali Reza's probably gone. Commander of Badger unit. Man, this is not going good for them. Let's be fair. This is not going good for them. So I say the Jew, they can never do anything to stop us. Okay, really fine. Was there video? Oh, what's this? It's not quite good enough for me, but I wouldn't mind seeing more. I don't know. Maybe just stop trying to kill Jews. I don't know. Just try. Iron Dome. Woo-wee. Yeah. Look, mate, here's what I would suggest. Don't start fucking wars, you dumb cunt. And then you won't be sitting on the steps crying. Oh. So again, with that warm glow. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm on with Dad in an hour and 10 minutes. I see it's in the chat many times over. Could take out OJ. They could, but they shouldn't, right? They could, but they shouldn't. Anyway, I'm back tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. We will have more fun. Cyber filth and frivolity. And that's the way we like to roll, baby. So I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again. Say good night. Good luck.